Welcome to Embrace Yourself. My name is Kim, and I'm a movement specialist passionate about joy, health, and happiness. I want each of us to discover our healthiest, happiest selves. But to do that, we have to get up and move. Today, I'd like to demonstrate an exercise for our upper body. Now, so many of us are stuck right now in freezing cold temperatures. And so we're not even thinking about our upper body. But we've got to prep for it now so that we can debut it this coming spring. So let's get started. I am going to use a couple of 2-pound weights today. So this is not a heavy weight by any stretch of the imagination. You could choose to grab a couple of water bottles, maybe some cans of something, or if you have weights around the house, feel free to grab those. I typically, with my upper body, like to do very light weights, focus on slow and methodical form, and then from there, work on my repetitions to fatigue. What we're going to do is we're going to do an extended bicep curl today. Now, what I'm planning when I extend my arms is I've got to focus on not only cinching and engaging my core, but I also have to think about what's going on in my shoulders, because the second that I extend my arms, gravity is pushing down on both my shoulders, my biceps, and my body. So I've got to really focus on my form. With this in mind, some people may feel like they load into their low back. If that's the case, I recommend taking one leg slightly back and sinking into the movement. That way, when I have my arms extended, I can really feel my core cinch and engage. So that's one option for placing your lower body. From here, I slowly curl the arms in to a bicep curl, and then I extend the arms, lengthening them away. Notice that I'm not locking out my elbows. That's very important. I never, with a weight, like to take my joint to an extreme position. So I keep just a slight softening of the elbow and then draw the arms in and lengthen the arms back out. Notice that I am in that split stance. It's helping me really focus on engaging my core. Again, you have the option of keeping both legs neutral, both legs parallel with one another, but then you've really got to think about engaging all of your core muscles, including those NASA oblique slings, so that you don't end up arching and moving into your low back. Especially with a weight, that is not something we want to do. Put a lot of pressure on the discs. So you'll notice I'm just slowly curling in, maybe 4 counts in, and then 4 counts to lengthen out. And the whole time I'm focusing on my form, making sure that I keep those shoulders down. So I personally like to imagine that I've got my shoulder reaching to its opposing hip pocket. And that helps me to think about keeping them down and working on those cross-fascial slings. So, how many repetitions do you do? Well, that depends upon you. How many can you do before you realize that your ears and shoulders have become one? You feel like your form starts to fall apart. Maybe you start to notice something in that low back. The second you feel anything in your low back, that's time to quit, because that means those muscles are trying to take over for your core. So typically, I might do 10 to 15 repetitions. I'll see how I feel. I could do 10 to 15, take a quick break, and do it again. You are going to be shocked that 2 lousy, stinking pounds on each side is a challenge. For my final challenge, I like to take my arms wide and just hold right here. I'm just holding against gravity. This is a great isometric exercise. I am not moving and I'm feeling every single muscle having to engage. I've got biceps contracting, but I've also got my co-contractors, the tricep, which is on the back side of the arm working. I feel the shoulders, I feel my upper back between the shoulder blades, so your scapula, rhomboids, teres, everything is firing right now to hold me in addition to my core. This is a great home fun challenge for you. You can do this in the kitchen while you are cooking. Just hold a couple of utensils out and just see how long before you go, oh, Kim, I can't do anymore. It is so much fun. I can't wait for you to try it. That is your home fun for today. Remember, extended bicep curls. Do you see why I wouldn't want to do these with a heavy weight? It's just too much on the body. So maybe you could go 1, 2, 3, 4 pounds. You could try up to 5. And let me tell you, that's a serious challenge. But I want you to practice this home fun homework and just see how many you can do today. Write it down somewhere in your fitness journal. I hope you're keeping track so that you watch and note your improvement as you move through the year. Remember, it is so hard to stay motivated, but if we write something down and we see it and we say, wow, just 3 weeks ago, I could only do 5 of these and now I'm up to 8. That is incredible because we love to see improvement and that's what keeps us motivated to keep on going. Thanks so much for joining today. Please be sure to click on the subscribe button. Maybe even click that bell. It's my favorite thing because that notifies you every day I'm going to be in your YouTube inbox. Also, place a like or a comment. I'm really excited to see you tomorrow for more home fun with our core.